Start your business, plant your seed. I'll do the research, Coach Mina, you grow what you need.
Unlocking grant success, why your application might be getting overlooked, and how to shine. Hey there, it's the Credit Wealth Team's Grant Hub partners, back again to help you get funded, and welcome back to our channel. Wealthies, are you pouring your heart and soul into grant applications only to hear crickets? Trust me, you are not alone. So many brilliant entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you are out there trying to secure funding to bring their amazing visions to life. But here's the deal. There's a reason why so many applications, even the ones with incredible potential, end up in the maybe later pile, or worse, completely ignored. It's often not about the idea itself, but how it's presented. Today, we're pulling back the curtain and diving deep into the common pitfalls that cause grant applications to get overlooked. More importantly, we're going to arm you with actionable strategies and insights straight from the trenches, so your next application doesn't just get seen, it gets. We're talking about making your application so compelling, so clear, and so aligned that funders can't help but pay attention. This isn't just about avoiding mistakes. It's about strategically positioning yourself for a resounding yes. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start crafting grant applications that truly stand out from the crowd, then you, my friend, are in exactly the right place. We're going to break it all down, step by step, so you can turn those funding dreams into reality. Grab a notebook, get comfortable, because this is going to be a game changer for your business and your impact. Let's get to it. Ditch the vague, embrace the vivid, making your words work for you. All right, let's talk about one of the biggest culprits that can send your grant application straight to the no-pile vague language. You know what I mean, those fuzzy statements that sound okay on the surface, but don't actually say much at all. Think phrases like, "we aim to improve the community," or "our project will have a significant impact." While the intention is good, these statements lack the punch and clarity that funders are desperately looking for. They leave reviewers guessing, and guess what? They don't have time to guess. They need to see concrete, specific descriptions of what you plan to do, how you plan to do it, and what measurable outcomes you expect. If your language is ambiguous, it suggests your plan might be too. So how do we fix this? It's all about getting crystal clear and super specific. Instead of improve the community, try something like, "Our literacy program will partner with 3 local elementary schools to provide weekly one-on-one tutoring for 150 struggling readers, aiming to improve their reading comprehension scores by an average of 20% within 1 academic year." See the difference? We've got numbers, specific actions, and a measurable goal. You want to paint such a vivid picture with your words that the reviewer can almost see your project unfolding successfully. Use strong verbs, quantifiable data whenever possible, and clearly define every aspect of your proposal. This isn't just about sounding professional. It's about demonstrating that you have a well-thought-out, actionable plan. Show, don't just tell. The undeniable power of impact data. Now, let's build on that idea of specificity and talk about something incredibly powerful. Impact data. If vague language is a problem, then impact data is like showing up to a race without your running shoes. You're just not setting yourself up for success. Funders aren't just investing in an idea. They're investing in results. They want to see evidence that your approach works, or at the very least, that you understand how to measure success and are committed to tracking it. Simply saying your project is effective or beneficial isn't enough. You need to back it up with cold, hard facts and figures whenever possible. This is your chance to prove your concept and showcase your capabilities. Think about it from their perspective. They have limited funds and numerous applications. Who are they more likely to support? The organization that it will make a difference, or the one that it already has, or clearly outlines how it will track its future difference. So if you have past successes, highlight them with numbers. Our pilot program served 50 individuals, resulting in a 30% increase in job placements. If it's a new project, detail your evaluation plan. We will track participant progress through pre- and post-program surveys, aiming for a 25% improvement in X skill. This data provides credibility, reduces perceived risk for the funder, and powerfully illustrates the tangible return on their potential investment. Don't just tell them you're great, show them with undeniable data. Your digital handshake. Aligning your online vibe with your application. Okay, picture this. You've crafted an amazing grant application. It's specific, data-rich, and tells a compelling story. But then, the grant reviewer decides to do a little digital digging. They check out your website or your social media. What will they find? If there's a disconnect between the polished, professional image you've presented in your application and a messy, outdated, or inconsistent online presence, alarm bells might start ringing for them. This misalignment can unintentionally undermine all your hard work, raising questions about your organization's professionalism, attention to detail, or even its legitimacy. It's like showing up for a crucial job interview in a perfectly tailored suit but with mismatched shoes. It just feels off. In today's world, your online presence is often the first or second impression you make. Grant reviewers are savvy. They will likely look you up. Therefore, it's absolutely crucial that your website, your social media profiles, and any other public-facing materials reflect the same mission, values, and level of professionalism that you're conveying in your grant application. Ensure your messaging is consistent. If your application talks about innovation, does your website look like it's from 1998? If you claim to be community-focused, are you engaging with your community online? Take the time to audit your digital footprint and make sure it's a strong, coherent extension of your grant narrative, not a confusing contradiction. This consistency builds trust and reinforces the credibility of your proposal. Let's be honest, we've all been there, staring down a deadline, feeling the pressure mount. It can be incredibly tempting to rush through a grant application just to get it submitted on time. But I'm here to tell you, hitting send on a hastily prepared proposal is one of the surest ways to get your application ignored. Rushed writing is often riddled with typos, grammatical errors, unclear sentences, and incomplete thoughts. It screams a lack of care and attention to detail, which is not the impression you want to give to potential funders who are considering entrusting you with their resources. Beyond the surface errors, rushing prevents you from fully developing your arguments, thoroughly researching the funder, or thoughtfully articulating your impact. Think of your grant application not as a sprint, but as a slow-cooked meal. It needs time to develop its flavors, for all the ingredients to meld perfectly. Give yourself ample time, way more than you think you need. This allows for careful planning, thoughtful writing, multiple rounds of editing, by yourself and ideally by others, and thorough review against the funder's guidelines. When you take your time, you can craft a narrative that is not only error-free, but also compelling, persuasive, and perfectly tailored to the specific grant you're applying for. That extra effort, that commitment to quality, shines through and can make all the difference between an application that gets a passing glance and one that commands serious consideration. Slow and steady truly wins the grant race. Beyond the data, the specifics, and the polished presentation, what truly makes a grant application leap off the page and into the heart of a reviewer? It's a clear, compelling story. We humans are wired for narrative. Stories engage us, help us understand complex information, and create emotional connections. Funders are human too. They read countless applications filled with facts and figures, but it's the ones that weave those facts and figures into a memorable and moving story that truly stand out. Your story is your unique opportunity to connect with them on a deeper level, to make them the importance of your work and the urgency of your need. So, what makes a grant story compelling? It often starts with clearly articulating the problem you're addressing. Make it real, relatable, and significant. Then, introduce your solution, not just as a project, but as a pathway to positive change. Show them the transformation you aim to create. Who are the people you're helping? What are their challenges? How will your project make a tangible difference in their lives or in the world? Infuse your narrative with passion and authenticity. Let your why shine through. This isn't about fabricating drama. It's about artfully presenting the truth of your mission in a way that captivates and convinces. A well-told story can elevate your application from a dry proposal to an inspiring call to action. All right, let's talk about the money, honey. You're asking for funding, so it's absolutely critical that you are crystal clear, transparent, and incredibly specific about how you intend to use those precious grant dollars. Vaguely stating that funds will be used for operational costs or program development just isn't going to cut it. Funders need to see a well-thought-out financial plan. They want assurance that their investment will be managed responsibly and will directly contribute to the outcomes you've promised. A lack of detail here can raise serious red flags, suggesting poor planning or a lack of understanding of your true costs. Your application needs a detailed budget breakdown, itemizing exactly where the grant money will go. Be precise. Instead of marketing, specify social media advertising campaign for Q3 targeting X demographic Y dollars, or printing costs for 2,000 informational brochures, Z dollars. Clearly link each expense to specific project activities and objectives outlined in your narrative. This demonstrates that you've done your homework, you understand the financial requirements of your project, and you have a strategic approach to resource allocation. Providing a clear money trail not only builds trust and credibility, but also shows the funder exactly how their contribution will translate into tangible action and impact. It's about accountability and showing you're a good steward of their resources. Chapter 7. Let you shine through. The magic of a genuine personal voice. In a sea of often formal and sometimes sterile grant applications, one of the most powerful ways to make yours stand out is by infusing it with your genuine personal voice. Now, I'm not talking about being overly casual or unprofessional, but about letting the authentic passion, dedication, and unique perspective of you and your organization shine through the words on the page. So many applications sound like they could have been written by anyone, using generic language and a detached tone. Yours shouldn't be one of them. Remember, there are real people behind your project, with real stories and a real commitment to making a difference. Let that humanity come across. Think about what makes your organization or your approach special. What's the founding story? What personal experiences drive your commitment to this cause? Sharing your why in an authentic way can create a powerful connection with the reviewer. It helps them understand the heart behind the project, not just the mechanics. Use I and we with conviction. Tell anecdotes, briefly, that illustrate your points. While you must maintain professionalism and adhere to the grant guidelines, don't be afraid to let your unique personality and passion subtly color your writing. This isn't about being sentimental, it's about being memorable and relatable, showing the funders that there are dedicated, passionate individuals ready to turn their investment into impactful action. Chapter 8. More than just an idea. Showcasing your traction and building undeniable credibility. Ideas are wonderful, and passion is essential, but grant funders are often looking for something more concrete proof of traction. Traction is evidence that your project or organization is already making headway, that it's more than just a concept on paper. It demonstrates viability, reduces the perceived risk for funders, and shows that you have the ability to execute and gain momentum. If you can show that you've already achieved certain milestones, gathered support, or validated your approach, your application instantly becomes more credible and compelling. Funders are more likely to invest in something that's already showing signs of life and progress. So, what counts as traction? It can take many forms. Maybe you've successfully run a pilot program and have positive results or testimonials to share. Perhaps you've acquired your first set of users or customers, or you've seen steady growth in engagement. Have you secured other forms of funding or investment, even small amounts? Built key partnerships? Developed a working prototype? Even positive media mentions or a growing social media following can indicate traction. The key is to clearly present this evidence in your application. Quantify it whenever possible. Don't assume reviewers will know. Spell it out. Showcasing your traction tells funders that you're not just dreaming, you're doing, and that their investment will be building upon an already moving foundation. Chapter 9. Finding your perfect match. Aligning your vision with the grant's core mission. This might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how often it's overlooked. Your application must clearly and convincingly align with the specific mission, goals, and priorities of the grant-making organization. It's not enough to have a great project. It has to be a great project for them. Funders have very specific objectives they are trying to achieve with their money. If your project, no matter how brilliant, doesn't directly help them meet those objectives, you're applying to the wrong grant, and your application will likely be set aside quickly, no matter how well written it is. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It just won't work. Before you even start writing, you need to do your homework. Deeply research the funder, scour their website, read their annual reports, look at projects they've funded in the past, understand their values, their target populations, the types of outcomes they prioritize. Then, when you write your application, explicitly connect the dots. Don't make them guess how you fit. Use their language. Mirror their priorities. Clearly articulate how your project directly supports their mission and will help them achieve their stated goals. This shows you've not only read their guidelines, but that you understand their world and are a genuine partner in their vision. This tailored approach demonstrates respect for their work and significantly increases your chances of being seen as the perfect match they're looking for. And there you have it. 9 critical areas that can make or break your grant application. We've covered a lot, from ditching vague language and showcasing impact data to ensuring your online presence is aligned and your story truly resonates. Remember, securing grant funding is not just about having a fantastic idea. It's about presenting that idea in the most compelling, clear, and strategic way possible. It's about showing funders that you are a capable, credible, and passionate partner in creating positive change. You have the power to transform your application from one that gets overlooked to one that gets a resounding yes. Thanks so much for watching and for investing this time in yourself and your incredible work. I truly hope these insights have empowered you and given you actionable steps to take. If you found this video helpful, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, share it with fellow entrepreneurs or nonprofit leaders who could benefit. And of course, subscribe for more tips and strategies on securing grants, growing your business, and making the impact you're meant to make. We're all in this together, and your success is what this channel is all about. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest takeaway from today's video? Are there any specific challenges you're facing with your grant applications? Or perhaps you have a success story or a tip to share with our amazing community? Please drop a comment below. Let's continue the conversation and support each other on this journey. Remember, everything is figure-outable and you absolutely can secure the funding you need. Go out there and make it happen.
Win up to $100,000 for your impact-driven business? Cartier is investing in women like you. Hey, future leaders, if you're a woman entrepreneur with a mission to make an impact, this grant is for you. The Cartier Women's Initiative Awards are now open, offering up to $100,000 in funding for women-led businesses with a strong social or environmental mission. Here's what you need to know. Applications close on June 24, 2025. It's open to early-stage, for-profit businesses around the world. Your business must be women-led and focused on creating positive impact. Winners receive up to $100,000 in funding, global media exposure, personalized mentoring, and entry into an international community of changemakers. This isn't just a grant, it's a launch pad. Apply now at CartierWomen'sInitiative.com. And don't wait. Powerful stories take time to tell. Start early, lead with purpose, and go for it. Subscribe for weekly grant opportunities and tips.
Business grants are free. Being a resource is just me. Skip the scams, learn where and how, right here.